How are you going to engage your students? This may entail using audio, video, text in real time, the way we are doing it now. So I'm at my desk and you're attending the training. So this is the synchronous facilitation. So we are going to dwell more on the theory. Zoom, why? Because the university has an account for us. So everyone who wants to use Zoom, you just contact the ICT department and they schedule for you a meeting. So I'll talk about Google Meet. Why? Because it's open source. And Professor Max has talked about inclusive. Google Meet is doing this for inclusive. It has some component of the disabled. So big blue button, I'm putting it in orange because we are yet to integrate it to our Moodle. So we shall also teach you when it comes. So we have others, Team Viewer. This one I'm not going to talk about it because it's a paid software. And if you have not paid, it only allows you 5 people. So you can only be on the call 5 people. But if you have one-on-one, you can remotely access someone's computer with this Team Viewer. So you can even do some troubleshooting instead of you going and then you find that the problem was maybe the person did not fix the mouse. So I use this a lot. So maybe by show of hands, can I know those ones who are not there to orient them on using Zoom? Or I can begin from the administrator's side when you're the teacher hosting a meeting. I've seen Dr. Uma. Okay. I've seen some hands up. I'll be brief. So I simply want to add share so that you have a feel of, so you have a feel of, I want to have a feel of what you're seeing. So when you have Zoom there, the first thing is the mute. It's an audio. When you're talking, you'll find the green splashing. So it means your audio is on. So you disable it. So we have the second one, which is your video. I recommend you to switch off your video because it takes more data. And if your network is really not good, you'll find out that you're breaking. So we have the next, if you're using a computer, called the participants. You can see all your friends there and you can send them individual chats. Make sure you have clicked on that person so that it doesn't go to all of us. Next, we have the chat. It's general, but you can look for the person you want and then select that person. Screen share.
Eva, just quickly, I think you're no longer sharing your screen.
No, I said I wanted to have a feel of what you're having. So if I share, you won't see what I won't see what you're seeing.
Okay, but you're talking and people cannot see what you're pointing to, which is even worse.
Okay, so let me just do this.
Yes, Madam Eva.
Yeah.
Some of us are using phones. We don't have.
Yeah,
that.
I'll come to that of the phone.
Okay.
So, because when I share, because of security, they are not. You are not supposed to see what those icons on Zoom. So when you click on participants, if you have a phone, let me have some graphics here. So participants here, if you click on these participants, you can see yourself. Click on your name and then rename yourself so that we don't have people taking. So we have a chat and we have screen share. So if they tell you to share your screen, Richard, share your screen, you have to click on this green button. So these are graphics. So this is the audio, you can mute from here, and this is the video. So that is the side, what you're seeing now. But what my main point today was you as a teacher. So when you log on to Zoom and you have the app, this is the first thing you'll see. So because I'm already on Zoom, I can't log in the second time. That's why we are not using the live Zoom. It will say I'm in another meeting. So I decided to use this. So if you want to schedule a meeting as a teacher, you simply go to new meeting, but make sure you have an account. So you go to Zoom and then create an account so that you log in. You can't create a meeting or a new meeting if you are not a member. So in case you want to just join, even if you don't have an account, you can join as long as you have the code and the link. So when you go to, when you are scheduling a meeting, this is the window you will see. So topic, I can say BSc IT 1. Description, why are you calling this meeting? When do you want it to start? And when, how many hours? So make sure that this is a paid version. If it's not a paid version, they will only give you 40 minutes. But good enough, the university has an account and Tesea too. So you can have unlimited time. So after that, you click on this and share and create a new meeting. So this is how you will manage So this is where you will manage. If you are the host, you will see search. You can also have security and say lock meeting if you want to send people away, or you don't want other people to join. Maybe you wanted 40 participants and you have reached the maximum. You lock your meeting. Enable waiting room. So in the current Zoom we are using, we have disabled this waiting meeting, this waiting room. But in case you want people to wait, then you admit them, they can wait there. And then you pick on whom to admit. Share screen. So this is disabled. It means no one will share apart from you, the host. So if you want your participants to share a screen, make sure this is checked. Chat. There are also other things. There are also the other things like you can not allow them to talk, but normally that is bad. But in advanced settings, we have that. So share screen. This is what you'll see, and there's always a recording button here when you are the host. So if you want to share the screen, this will pop up. So you can either share the entire screen or your window, or if you want to write something, there will be something like whiteboard. So if you want your students to watch a movie, remember, I hope you're seeing down here, there is share computer sound. If you don't check this, your students will see a movie playing, but they will not hear anything. So when you're sharing, make sure you check this. So that is what we have. That is what we have. So you can share a screen the way I'm sharing now. So if I go to my desktop, you'll see it. But if you check on a window, it means that when you change, for example, I'm on a PowerPoint and I want people to see my web browser, they will not see it because I've only selected that window. So that's the difference between a screen and a window. Sound, I've shown you that. There is a question, how do I get Zoom? You just download it from the internet, even on your phone. If you have a Play Store or a Google Store, you simply click and search for Zoom and then you'll get it. So that is how you need other things like breakout rooms.
Eva, it is how do I get a Zoom account?
A Zoom account. So I can go to here, Zoom. Zoom has this web browser option. So when I click on it, zoom.us, so you see sign up for free. So you click on that sign up for free and then you'll get your account. So any other questions? Yeah, some people have answered. So I type email, you have to accept that. So I'm going to go to another one. And any questions?
Yes, Madam Eva.
Yes.
I'm asking now.
Yes.
In case I open up an account,
Yes.
you have said the university has already paid for us. Can I
Yes.
use the university Zoom when I'm away from the university, or how do I do?
Yes. Just the way we are doing now,
Yes, yes.
they simply schedule for you a meeting and they will give you an ID and a password, which you'll distribute to your students and you'll be good to go. So just sign in with those credentials they have given you. Any other question? Okay. So I'm going to go briefly with the Google Meet, because at one time maybe there's no one to create for you a meeting abruptly. So you can use the open source.
Eva?
Google has many.
Excuse me, Eva?
Yes.
Wanted to know about the breakout rooms. You started talking about it, but I think you didn't finish. How you can give out the breakout rooms.
Okay, so I can't show you now the breakout rooms because I'm not the host. You have to be the owner of the meeting, but how it works. So we have breakout rooms, like you're over 50 here. I can decide to break you automatically. It has that option, or manually, because remember we need to be gender inclusive. So we don't want groups that are not balanced. So normally what I do is I make them automatically, then rearrange by picking. You can pick one member and put them in another group. So it is more or less on what we have on Moodle. If the person handling asynchronous will show that it is the same. So Brian will be showing us how the groups are managed online. So I hope that is it. So, but when you are an admin, you'll be able to see that. So we have another open source called Google Meet. So there are many options of joining Google Meet. One, you can go under here with Google Chrome. If you have Google Chrome as an application, so like if I search here, Chrome, so this Chrome, and you're using Chrome, when you log on, it has where you can access all their applications. So Google Classroom, whatever software that was developed by them. So I see Google Meet here. I can join through this Google Meet. That is one option. Another one is typing straight meet.google.com in your web browser. So in your web browser, or you can join using a calendar. I always want a calendar because it keeps track of my meetings. So when you click on the calendar, you can pick on a day, and then I can add the meeting. So those are two ways, but we shall explore this, not the calendar. So when you click on Google Meet, Brian, be on standby. So you'll find that we shall reach here. So you see, I want to start a meeting. So new meeting. So there are three options. Get a link, the way we are doing in Zoom. Start meeting so that you get a code and paste to people. or use the schedule we saw in the Google Calendar. So for time, I'll use this link. So it will generate for you this link, which you will copy. Just click here to copy. So I'm going to send this to Brian. I'll send it in the chat, but people don't join because there are audio issues Brian has to control. So Brian, the link is in the chat. So I'm going to start. Oh, sorry. Copy. Let me first join. So you paste your link here, and then you're going to, the join button will be active. So I'm going to join. So my video is on. I'll disable that. And let me paste this to Brian. So I'll first disable my audio because I'm already using the Zoom audio. So I say join. So this is what I'll be seeing. So meeting details is our first thing. So if you want to invite more people and you did not get the code on joining, just click on this meeting details and copy this link and send it to people. I hope we are together, class.
Yes, we are following.
We are
Okay.
following.
So this is audio. I've told you I'm disabling it because I am using the Zoom and it may not do well with our ears. So this is the video. You decide whether to enable it or not. So Brian, I'm waiting for you on the call.
You need to admit me.
Is it the last I'm not seeing you? So turn present. So this is where you can share screen. Like I told you, the entire window. You have a window, and then you can also share the Chrome. Chrome is this, the web browser you're using to access. So I can share that. So Brian, I've sent the thing again. So what I need is, we have this layout. Do you want a full screen?
So that if Ryan fails, I'm there.
I sent it in the chat. So maybe I copy it again here.
I also added myself there.
Someone is trying to join.
That is Max.
Max, I admit you.
Okay, so that if Brian is failing,
So we already two, as you can see.
Okay.
The two of us are there. So these would be your students. I can manage my users. So if Father Max is there, I can mute you and unmute you. Let me admit this. So we are three on the call. So I can hear the audio. So there is this option of turn caption. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's already there. So where you see turn off caption, the turn off caption, this means that this is the inclusiveness I'm talking about. So if you have people who has some impairment in hearing, you put the caption on. So you're seeing what I'm talking is also being displayed there down. Are you seeing that? but of course, this depends. In IT, we have a problem of dialect. So how Muyindi speaks is not how I speak. How Mchiga speaks is not how Muganda speaks, but at least it's more accurate. I hope you can see that. So I'm speaking and the Google is writing. So this can help your students that have some problems in hearing. So when they speak, it will also interpret to me, and then I'll see what they are speaking.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have, you can turn this caption off if you don't have people with problems. And then you can change layout settings. If you think your audio is not okay, you go under settings. But remember, this also goes with data. The more you have high quality, the more it consumes data. So make sure you have a reasonable part, a reasonable audio, and then the speaker and the microphone. So I hope I have the charts. I can manage my users. And I think that's all I have for Google Meet. I hope I've managed the time well. So any questions?
I beg to be helped.
Yes.
About the people with disabilities, how do you turn on that?
So, are you seeing my window? There is turn on caption.
Yes, I can see that.
If it's not there, we have these three dots here. You just click on them, then you turn on caption. So when you turn on caption, it will listen to your audio, and then they will start typing what you're saying.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question?
There was one in the chat in regard to the time which I've tried to respond to about the Google Meet and the Zoom. That the Google Meet currently has unlimited time compared to Zoom. According to them, they will start limiting in October 1st. So if you want a prolonged extension for personal account, Google Meet is currently better. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope that's your. So thank you. I hope there are no questions, I can bring that back to you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Eva. You have managed your time very well, and you have actually presented a lot to us.